Well, hello everyone. We are back out here in Berea for Browns training camp, and we talked to Pettine after practice today, and once again he is not ready to name his starter for that Washington game, and he reiterated that nothing's changed on the depth chart and that Brian hasn't done anything yet to lose his #1 status on the depth chart. However, I still think that there's a very good chance that Johnny will start the next game in Washington.
Yeah, the one thing he didn't mention, though, that Johnny would get some more work with the ones this week. Yeah, I think there's a possibility, because at some point you have to decide whether, if you're going to make that move, you got to see how he can play with the starters. So it would seem to make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably do what he did last week and alternate the quarterbacks with the ones. Last week they did it by day, so I would anticipate it will be the same this week. That means Brian went with the ones today. Johnny will probably go with the ones tomorrow, which is good because now Jordan Cameron is back and they'll have him to throw the ball to a little bit and try to get this offense rolling a little bit. There's been a lack of touchdowns. Even in practice, they had a little bit of a ragged practice out there today. So it'll be nice to get things cranked up a bit.
Yeah, and you're right. Cameron will help, but it was a tough day for people that weren't out here today. It rained. I've been covering the team 3 years. I've never seen him practice in this much rain, and I think it did affect practice a little bit. Wet balls. There were some drop passes. I think some errant throws. It was a total defensive day.
Well, you know what? Speaking of defense, Buster Skrine had a really nice day today. He had an interception. He broke up some passes. The interception was on a long ball from Brian Hoyer to Charles Johnson. He broke up a few other nice passes. Joe Hayden also had a pick today. So defensively, they're still doing very well.
Yeah, and we saw that in the scrimmage, and we saw that, I think, for the most part, in the exhibition game, the defense played pretty well. And this is a team that really, to be quite honest, they should be well. And we had a chance to talk to Armonte Bryant. I thought he was their best defender on the field the other day. And, it sounds like he's ready to step into what he hopes is a bigger role this year.
Yeah, they have high hopes for him. Pettine praised him today and said he thinks he can be a really good pass rusher in this league. He's got a nice little healthy competition going with his good friend Barkevius Mingo to see who can get the first sack during games and practices. So they've got something great going on there. And again, getting back to Jordan Cameron for a minute, he just did tell us that extension talks for his contract are ongoing and positive. He's back in practice, got a little bit of a sprained AC joint. I think he might get a chance to play this week, but not 100% sure on that.
Yeah, I think Pettine even kind of alluded that they were hoping that he would be able to play. But I think that contract stuff is good. That's good news for the Browns. There had been reports very early in the spring that maybe he didn't want to play here. Maybe, he's very close to his family. Maybe get a good chance to go out west. He told me a month ago that don't believe anything unless it comes from my mouth on that. And now the fact that they are talking is good news.
That's right, and it's good that he's back out onto the field as well. And we will have you updated on this quarterback situation all week long on cleveland.com.